Hey there, welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. My name is Chef D Malfi, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon or this evening, wherever you're finding me. I'm really excited because today we're gonna make breakfast every single Monday. We try to focus on breakfast here at Plant-Based Made Easy. And if you don't know, I wanna tell you where you can get this recipe. I'm gonna go through it and walk you through it, but you can actually find this recipe inside of my August 2020 Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook, brand spanking new, you guys. And today we are on the lime pie smoothie page. I'm all about smoothies for breakfast because this is a really wonderful way to get your nutrients in right in the morning. First thing, you can get fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, healthy fats, all of it inside of a smoothie. And this smoothie is delicious. It tastes like lime pie, but it's drinkable. It's so healthy. And we're going to add some hidden green vegetables like frozen spinach right into it, and you won't even know. All right, so let's get into it. First thing that we need is a blender, or you could do this in a food processor. And if you have any questions as we're going, just type them into the comment box because I can see who's here and I want to help you out along the way. And you can ask anything about any recipe or any plant-based cooking technique, anything, truly. I'm happy. I'm all ears. I'm an open book. I'm happy to help you and resource you or with you or provide you a resource to pull you in the right direction. All right, so the smoothie. This is really, really great. The first thing we need is our plant milk. Now, I highly recommend making plant milk. I've done that ahead of time. This is my cocoa cashew plant milk, which is really good. And I'm gonna use 14 ounces of this. It ends up being, it's just about one cup and 2/3. And I'm gonna actually measure it out into my liquid measure here. And I make my plant milk inside of the almond cow. I've demoed it last week. You can actually check out that recipe from last week's shows if you want. But you can also actually just make this inside of a high-speed blender and a nut milk making bag. It's really easy to do. Or you can buy it, but those have a little bit more additives and shelf stabilizers. So I really highly recommend trying to make it homemade. It's nothing like the manufactured or store-bought version. So that's gonna go right in. It can be 14 ounces of any plant milk, hemp milk, chia milk, pistachio milk, coconut milk, doesn't matter, soy milk. All right, the next thing that we want is a half a cup to a cup of ice cubes. I'm gonna throw that in. I also want some green vegetable. I'm gonna use frozen spinach. Let's do an overhead cam just so you can follow along with. So I'm using organic frozen chopped spinach. This is really, really good. It's actually more nutrient dense sometimes than spinach that's fresh because it's picked at its peak produce time. So actually before they pick it, they check the sugar level and they check all of the iron and vitamins and other micronutrients to make sure that it's actually exactly where it needs to be before they pick it and freeze it. And I love using chopped frozen spinach inside the smoothies because it kind of acts like, you know, an ice cube. So I'm going to keep it frozen and I'm just going to whack it on my cutting board. And then I'm going to pull out a quarter of a cup. That's all we need. And you can actually make your own frozen spinach too. That would be absolutely fine. Didn't make it inside the quarter of a cup here. There we go. But frozen spinach store-bought is just fine. And make it organic. I'm going to throw that right in. I think I need just a little bit more. Now, the other green ingredient that we're going to use to make this like a lime pie smoothie in color is an avocado. I love using California avocado. And I'm going to use a small avocado, Hass avocado today. Let me just throw my spinach right in the freezer. And here is my delicious avocado. I need to make sure that it's right. So just like run your thumb over it, you should be able to press in. And if it feels like it's creamy and buttery and your thumb can press in, you know it's ready to go. And I'm just gonna use a small avocado for this. If you only have a large one, just use half. I'll cut away the little pit in the middle. And now let me scoop it out with a spoon. And this will go right in as well. I know you're thinking this is like seeming like it's like not like a smoothie, but more like a, you know, vegetable gazpacho in a blender. But just you wait, it's going to be really delicious. And it really does mimic a lime, kind of lime pie, but in drink form. Drinkable. Really, really good stuff. All right, now here's how we're going to sweeten it up. We're going to use a frozen banana. This is super important. I like to keep my frozen bananas in these stasher bags. Have you guys seen these? These are BPA free. They're silicone based. You can actually store them in the freezer. You can store them in the pantry and you can cook with them. You can put them in the microwave or you can put them in boiling water and you can actually cook like steam food right inside. They're great for freezing though, because I don't like freezing with Ziploc like plastic. that seems to be kind of makes everything taste like plastic. So this won't make it taste like anything. And I've just frozen a whole banana. I'm going to use half and place the other one back in. And then this is going to go right back into the freezer immediately. I don't want my bananas to thaw and then refreeze because they get really icy. And I want them to be more sweet and banana-y. So that's going to go right into the freezer to remain frozen. Now, I need some lime juice. Of course, this is a lime pie smoothie. I'm going to use 2 ounces of lime juice. So I need to grab some big, juicy limes. And I'm going to grab a liquid measuring cup here. 2 ounces is 4 tablespoons. So what I will do is actually open up the lime. And I'm going to be really particular about this. I really do want 2 ounces. So take each half individually. In your juicer, you can do this by hand with a reamer or with one of these squeeze juicers here. Or if you have a mechanical juicer, that will work. And I always like to do 2 rounds of juicing every single time I use this. So I'll put them back in after this first juice. Now that's the second juice, and these are spent. These can go right into my compost. And I need 1 more juicy lime. Now here's how I can tell like which one is juicier, right? First of all, which one is heavier? Okay, it's like definitely that one. And then I can run it over my cutting board. All right, let's do it again. And I think I'm going to need 2 full limes for this. You can use key limes too. Those tend to be a bit sweeter. They're smaller though, so you have to actually use a lot more. I think you would probably yield like 8 or 10 key limes if you want to replace key limes with regular limes. And there you go. That's 2 ounces. Throw that right in. I think I need a little bit more. Actually, sorry, that was actually right under what I need. You know, sometimes when you look at it, when you're like above, it's like it's deceiving. So I need to just make sure I have enough. You really need enough lime juice for this to make it like lime pie tasting. It is hot where we live here in sunny SoCal. I don't know about where you are viewing us from today, but it is really hot. I know there's been like crazy weather patterns all over the US. We've seen some fires. We've seen some thunder and lightning. All right, there we go. That goes right in. Now, I'm going to sweeten this up. This is totally optional. I'm going to use maple syrup. You can also use agave, but I'm going to use organic maple because I love it so much. It's grade A, dark color. It has a really, really flavorful, robust, amber kind of yummy flavor. Throw this in. I'm just going to do it to taste. So I'm literally just going to throw in like a splash. If you are whole food plant-based, you can remove the maple syrup, but this is raw, and it should be okay on a whole food plant-based diet because it is actually natural. Agave syrup would also be great. I just wouldn't recommend sugar because it won't dissolve as quickly and it won't dissolve as smooth as you want it. And then a little bit of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I'm going to use ground cinnamon today. It's one of my favorite spices, but this is not only for flavor, it's also actually because it will keep you satiated for a lot longer. So it is an appetite suppressant. So when you eat, when you have cinnamon in your foods and when you eat it daily, it actually can regulate how hungry you feel after you enjoy your meal. So I'm going to use a couple shakes of this. It's like a half a teaspoon or so. And that's also going to be reminiscent of like a lime pie. It's going to have some spices, right? So throw that in. And then 1 serving of organic protein powder. I'm going to use a vegan or plant-based protein powder. This is pea protein. It is unsweetened. It is USDA organic. It comes from the pea. I love pea protein. And there's 1 ingredient. It's organic pea protein isolate. I'm going to point to it so you can believe me. See that? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now this is really great. In 2 scoops, it's going to give you 20 grams of protein. I think I'm going with 2 scoops. That's a lot. That's a whopping amount for your first meal of the day. Or this could be a delicious snack. Okay. And then we're going to blend it up. There we go. There we go. I'm going to pulse this and just kind of like help the banana. I need water. right. I'm going to just do a couple more pulses here. I want to make sure that all that spinach and the avocado is really like creamy. I want to see a light green color too. So one more time. 2 glasses. Compost. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Thank you for the question, Marie. Yeah, there's I use a whole cup of ice, and this is like large chunk ice, like ice that my ice maker makes. So it's not crushed ice, and it's perfect. It's going to keep this cold, but it's also going to I use the term crispy. It makes the smoothie crispy tasting. It's like crisp. It's delicious. It's refreshing. It's really, really good. So I have 2 glasses now. This is blended up. It looks like lime pie. It's got this beautiful light green color. Do you see this? All right. Let's show you in the glass here. It's got speckles of spinach and lime. It's got speckles of avocado. It looks like lime custard. That's why it's called a lime pie smoothie. And that custard appeal is like that lime green, light green color with the flakes of, well, like green, right? So we've got it. It's like speckled and freckled. It's perfectly green. I think in this camera, it looks greener than in the front. No, do the overhead, Danny. Yeah, see the difference, right? Now I'm gonna just top this off with some mint. This is gonna make this really delicious. I'm gonna grab a sprig for each. Danny, I made you one if you wanna come and taste it as well. And I like topping it with mint because it's, I don't know, it adds even more of a delicious flavor. And the mint will kind of like melt away in this drink. So there you have it. This is our lime pie smoothie for dinner, lunch, dessert, but mostly breakfast. It's really, really great. I don't know about you, but I definitely would do a smoothie for dinner during this hot weather. But today, this is my breakfast. I'm very excited. I'm going to give this a taste. Here we go. Man. It's so refreshing. It's like, it's super limey. So if you're into lime, this is it. It is like going to quench your thirst. It is really, really delicious. It's creamy. It's really yummy. Danny, you want to try?
Sure.
All right, here. It's not sweet at all, like
Cheers.
very much. It's limey, huh?
Yes, limey, but you also taste the banana and the mint. I really, really like the mint. It gives it that like morning freshness.
It's really nice. It reminds me of lime custard. Cheers.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's very nice and cold.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I hope this was helpful. Try this recipe. I know that you guys will like it. Make it your own too. You can add more lime juice if you want or less. You can add anything that you want. Danny would probably make this sweeter, I guess.
I always like it. No, but this is really good.
It's kind of nice that
really
it's not
sweet.
overly sweet. Really yummy. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow, we're going to be making a more involved recipe, as you know. The next couple of days are going to be some recipes that I'll make beforehand, and then I'll show you the steps as we go through. But we're making split pea soup tomorrow. We're going to make it with smoky tofu, kind of like croutons, but they're protein little bites. They're really, really good. So join us for that, and join us for the rest of the week. Danny, thank you so much for coming and tasting.
Thank you.
And all that you do. Say hi to us, be friends with us in our Facebook group, Plant-Based Made Easy. You guys go out there, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you throughout the rest of the week, hopefully. Bye. Ciao for now.